Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Welcome back to the tutorial. My name is Mohammad Amir and you're watching Motion Studio. In the previous two episodes, we have created these animations, and as I already told that these animations are originally collected from Pinterest. So if you like to check the original animations, I will put the link in the description. And also, if you want the project file of this tutorial as well as some other tutorials, you can go to patreon.com/motionstudio69 and you can subscribe to the After Effects tutorials that contain a lot of materials. Before any further discussion, let's start the tutorial. So in this example, as you can see, I already have traced the logo, but in the previous episode, I have created on the tutorial, so you can have an idea how you can retrace the logos inside the After Effects or inside head with the help of some other tools like Adobe Illustrator. So to save your time, I have traced the logo, and first let's analyze the examples. So you can see there is nothing much going on. So we need to recreate this motion. So for this, first I like to work on few layers, maybe this one and this one. So I will change the color to pink while we are working, and I will turn off everything else. Also, I will select these two and turn down the opacity so we can see through. And I will also like to add a new adjustment layer to mark where we need to put some motion. So the animation will start from here. I will rename this mark. Alright, so I will add first marker right here. I will go forward maybe 3 frames, maybe 4, and I will add another marker. Then the dot goes higher somewhere around here, so we will add a ruler. We'll add another marker. It's come back right here, add another mark, and so on. So we will keep adding this mark, so it's make easier to trigger the animation while working. So first let's start with this layer. I will open the path properties for this. So I will type the path here, and we have the path keyframe over there. I will go to the second marker and drag this keyframe right here, come to the first, and now we will collapse this like this one. Okay, perfect. Here we go. For the dot, we need to have a keyframe right here for the position, and then we will go back in the time and let's move it up like this. Then we'll come back to the beginning, move it down, something like this. Don't worry about the visibility, we will cover these minor things later. And as you can see, the dot hits back, the other lines will appear. So I will also change the color to pink and turn them on. And I will also lock the path and reduce the opacity so we can see through. And I will open the path properties for both of these layers. So we have nothing right here. I am observing this one. For this, with pen tool, I will select these both top points, drag them down, I will readjust this one and we are good to go for the second one. For this one, I will do the same. Nothing fancier. Don't worry about the timing. We will match them later. Here we go. But our path is go higher because it is the final position where it needs to land. So I will select this keyframe and paste it somewhere for the backup. And on this frame, we need to adjust them according to the height. Like this. So we have updated these keyframes. Perfect. And I will crop the layers by holding the Option and the bracket key. And then we need to offset the layers. So this layer need to come first. Maybe a 2 keyframe offset is good for this. Yeah, perfect. Now we'll work on the dot. So I will select the dot and I can see this dot lands right here. I will simply move it here. We will fix this path later. And then it will jump on this one right here. I will move it here. And then this will go up and then down like this. We have a rough path. We need to refine that path first. I will click on this little path to make it easier for me. If you hold the Control or Command key, you can manipulate the handles. We need to have first we'll adjust this one. Sometimes it is harder to get, but most of the time it is an easier part. Thing may be like this one. Right. Let's see how it goes. Perfect. At the last, maybe I just need to move it right here. And from here, the letter O will start, so we'll bring the letter O back. And as before, we will add trim path modifier. And also, I will, for the caps, I will go for round caps. And if you open the contents of this ellipse, you can find the trim path right here. So first I will offset this to start right from here, and then I will make it 0 right here, make a keyframe, go forward, and until right here I'll set it to 100%, something like this. Great. Now for the dot, I like to make a separate layer for the dot from here. So I will Command Shift D to separate this layer in 2 slices. And I will open the position property and remove all the keyframes. From here, I like to put this O right here, like this. From here, we will open the position property. You can see it go higher like this, then it's land right over there to the original spot. I can see some problems right here in the original work, that this ball is not perfectly aligned, but you can ignore the small mistakes. So this will come right here since we have a guideline, and now we will manipulate the path. So we can see how higher we want to go. Maybe around here is good. Maybe in between these two grid lines. Nope, it's need to go a little higher like this and lands here. Perfect. We will refine the path and other things later. But for now, as it hits, we need to rework on the path of this layer. Sometimes it's very complicated to work with the path. The best way is to link the object with a null object so you can easily manipulate the things. I think for the little bounce we will use a null object. That's a great idea. So I will make a new null object and make it small, maybe 20% or so. And then I will open this dot position, this last, copy this and paste to this null so they have both exact position, and I will link with this null. So somewhere around here this will go up. Oops, we have not recorded the last keyframe. I will set a keyframe for the position, go to the next frame, move it up. We are good to go. Let's take a preview we got so far. I don't know why this error is keep coming after updating my Adobe to 2022. Maybe in the next update this issue will resolve. Great. So for these two layers, right here I will copy this path and paste it here. Then I will go to the next frame and I will bring the backup keyframes that we have earlier to the position. Something like this. If you could experiment with this dot position, we have some issues. Yeah, now it's perfect. Now we have left the letter E. It is simple, you can tell by watching the motion of E, it is simply rotating. For this I will make a mask and I will call this E mask. Set the color to white and let me put this above the letter E, and I will press the letter F4 to toggle between mask and swatches, and I will set to alpha matte. Here we go. I will reduce the opacity so we can see through, and it's come to the final position right here. I will set a position rotation keyframe, not the position. Set another keyframe right there, and then come here, rotate something like this. You can see here is a problem. We can fix this. Maybe a little bit position will work. I will select the mask and expand it. What you can see is an overshoot is something like this. Then it's came back here, maybe a 4 or 5, maybe 6, 7 or 8 right here. Perfect. Now we have traced the animation, just we need to refine the animations. First I will select everything and turn the opacity back to 100%. And also I will change the color to white so we can clearly see the things. And the letter O. Right. So I'll go to the view and clear the grid, and also I will turn off this null object. Here we are. Now we will refine the keyframes. For this I will open all the keyframes, but the good idea I think is to select all the keyframe and hit F9. Then we will work on the graph. So for this dot I will trim the layer so we cannot see before this line, and I will open the keyframes. I want to make it fast, maybe. Then come slowly back. Perfect. Now I will open this path and I will so what I see here is this one frame is missing. Right. And since we are adjusting the motion, I think we need to move this back a bit and open its properties and throw it fast. I'm sorry, I cannot play because of this error, so we will see what we accomplish here. This is a bit later. We need to start right here. It doesn't seem on this frame. Perfect. Maybe we need to adjust the easing. For the letter E, I will simply keep these ease handles, but for the first rotation, I want to come it faster, like this. We will move this keyframe right here to have an instant impact. Maybe right here. Perfect. So that's it for today's tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful, please subscribe the channel and like the video and share with the community. In the next episodes, I'm thinking to continue working on this series to collect some great examples and recreate in front of you so you know the basic and advanced techniques of logo animation. So let me know what's your thoughts on this and as well as the last two episodes about the logo animation. If you like to buy me a coffee, please go to the patreon.com/motionstudio69 and subscribe to my After Effects tutorials. Until then, stay creative, be happy. My name is Mohammad Amir. I will see you in the next video.